Veronica Mars, I'm watching you. Private eye.
Hello and welcome to your podcast, Veronica Mars. I'm Joe.
And I'm Travis.
And today we are here to talk about Veronica Mars Season 4, Episode 8, the series finale.
As of the recording.
Years, Continents, Bloodshed.
I would just like to take a quick second and I don't want to read these reviews, but I just want to read some, because these are long ass, some reviews on IMDb. I would just like to read the header of these reviews. So we got 1 out of 10. Their story was supposed to be epic. 1 out of 10. And in one lazy foul swoop, Rob Thomas nukes his own series. 1 out of 10. What's the best way to lose loyal fans of 15 years? And this one I love because it starts with, have them fund the return of your series, which actually no one funded season 4 except for Hulu.
We funded a movie, not a series. Come on, people. Use your brains. They're up here.
1 out of 10. I'm done with Veronica Mars.
Well, good, because Veronica Mars is done.
So, and then...
That's like saying, well, I'm going vegan and having no meat choices. Anyway.
Yes.
Or dairy choices, you know.
And then this is my favorite one. 1 out of 10. This one episode ruins the series as a whole. Which I don't agree with.
Yikes.
I don't think it's a good episode. I actually think it's a really boring episode, to be honest.
Okay, so whenever we do a season finale, we just, pretty much go from the start of the episode to the end of the episode instead of, jumping around.
Yeah.
And whenever we do that with my notes, I'm, taking notes on, this is a scene here, this is a scene here, da-da-da. And then I have, my notes within those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really... I really don't have any personal notes on any of them until the very end. The last 10 minutes is all my notes.
This felt like the series finale was episode 7, and then Hulu all of a sudden is here's an extra episode, guys, and they kind of had to scramble together.
Well, it was that was the last episode, and then they're oh shit, we have some loose ends I guess to try to tie up. It felt like it could have been at least half the length that it was.
I believe episode 7 and 8 could have been melded together, and it would have been
an hour and a half long episode.
Yeah,
or an hour and 20 minutes, something like that. Yeah,
an hour,
like
20,
a 2-hour
maybe
movie, like a 2-hour.
No,
wait, no, because that would be even longer.
Don't
than
go
what
crazy.
We got. Never mind.
That's just 2 episodes.
I can't figure out minutes.
So we'll go an hour 20.
That's 80
an hour
minutes.
20.
That's not. I was thinking 120 minutes for some reason.
Yeah, you
Whatever. Let's look at the episode description. Let's see.
For the last. This is kind of. I will say this is kind of.
Yeah.
It's a little sad.
Because it's not.
This is not our last episode, guys. But
it's not our last episode.
This is our last reviewing of an episode.
Oh, weird. Oh god, it's been 2 years of this. It literally in about a week. I think exactly a week almost. June 5th. A week and a couple days will be 2 years since we embarked on this adventure.
Damn. So we're basically ending when... Oh, that's kind of... I like that.
I know. Well, and also considering we are recording this episode the night it comes out. So, literally...
You know what?
2 hours before it's going to release.
Joe's working a lot, you guys.
So much.
I got my shot, and I didn't really want to shoot that day. That was last week. That didn't even count. No, it did. It did, because we didn't film last week.
We didn't. No, we just kept.
Because I did my part, and I got my first shot.
I did this a month ago, sir. Get over it. Okay. Anyway, the internet tells us Veronica and Keith follow a new lead and discover another victim. Maddie follows her own instincts, landing herself dangerously close to a killer. Veronica has a tragic epiphany as the clock is ticking. I mean, this sounds more like a Riddler thing, like a riddle from the Riddler, than...
I mean, I guess technically she does have her epiphany.
Yeah, like at the last second.
As the clock is ticking, I suppose.
As the car is ticking.
We'll talk about that.
We shall. Okay. So let's get into this. Let me just pull out there's my notes. Okay. So we open where we left off, with Penn trying to hire Keith and Veronica, and then as soon as the frat boys get brought up, he's like, no, why would you guys are fucking idiots. Why would you even look at that? Go look at this. Like, I love that they even acknowledge, like, as soon as he's like, that was very heavy-handed.
It's weird, because it's like...
But then we're supposed to think at the end, like, that was all kind of part of his plan.
That's what I was just going to say. I'm like, because he acts like he's such a mastermind, so... Was it his intention for Veronica and Keith to go...
I think so.
This is all...
I think so.
See, that's kind of the problem, like, with Penn as, like, the bomber. It's like, they're trying to fill in these pieces that are never really there, and it's kind of annoying.
It is. Well, and I'll just say it now. Like, we don't... I think Patton Oswalt was really underused this season, because his best work is at the very end, once for, like, when he's in the car talking.
Here's my problem with Patton Oswalt. I think he's hilarious. I think he's a very funny comedian. The only problem is he's Patton Oswalt, and he doesn't have any range outside of Patton Oswalt.
Well, I think he actually did, like, in that car scene where he's talking to Veronica about, like, how...
Oh, so, like, at the very...
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
too late.
Once they're able to let him be, like, evil, I think it works really well. I think he does a good job of it, and we only get, like, 2 minutes of that, and it sucks.
But to me, it felt like, from the get-go, it's like, well, Patton Oswalt's the bomber, because why else would you get kind of, like, a big name to be on the show?
And Rob was, like, very determined to, like, switch it back and forth throughout the episode, where it kind of gave a bit of whiplash.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, like, it was... I don't know, maybe if it wasn't the series finale, it just felt very mid-season finale of, like, a reveal. Like, it was like, it's him, it's not him, it's him, it's not him, oh, it's him.
Well, because, like, the big reveal felt like it was last week, and then it was, like...
Yeah.
The problem I think Veronica Mars as a show has done is their big mysteries work when the reveal is, like, the simplest. Like, Aaron being the killer was a simple answer. There was a simple... It wasn't convoluted. It made sense why he killed Lily and how he killed Lily. Beaver got a little convoluted, but it still made sense as to why he was doing what he was doing. But then, like, season 3, it started to fall apart with, like... Because they tried to be smarter than the audience, and it just didn't work.
It's not going to work in an
season
internet
4.
age. Someone is going to guess it. Someone will.
And then season 4 felt like they're trying so hard to have throw so many characters at you, and it could be anyone. But, like, at the first time I watched this, I'm like, well, it's going to be Patton Oswalt, because you got Patton Oswalt. If he's not going to die, he's going to be the bomber.
Or be, like, a sidekick of some sort. Like, if he were, like, teaming up with them, that would be a different story, and thinking it was him. Like, that would have been probably a better, like, reveal, I guess, if he was, like, actually actively working with them instead of being seen as, like, a laughingstock. I think that really would have helped. Just kind of sell it. Well, not sell it, because, I mean, obviously we knew... Sell it as a reveal.
And then it just made no sense, some of his actions in this season, like going so hard after Big Dick and then like acting like an idiot. And then because I don't like the line of it was me all along. You're all my puppets. It's like it kind of just feels like everything fell into place kind of haphazardly.
Right, like I get like my contingency plans have contingency plans. I get that, but like it just
yeah,
it was a lot. And in the next scene, we get ourselves a decapitation of Big Dick.
Okay, so were we really supposed to believe that Dick was gonna like stab Maddie? Just, like,
right? Well, I don't. Well, he didn't know it was Maddie.
He did know it was Maddie.
He just saw like a hoodie.
Oh, does he not know? No,
he didn't know.
He? No, he does because he brings the car in.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't know it's Maddie. Because he checks. Even when he's talking to Clyde, he's like, "I have an intruder in here," and Clyde's like, "It's probably someone in the pool," and he's like, "No."
I'm pretty sure he knows it's Maddie.
No, he doesn't.
Because even in the end of last episode, he says like "clever girl" or something like that, doesn't he? Because he knows that the car he brings back in his garage is Maddie's car,
but he doesn't see someone getting out of
He sees someone gets out of the trunk.
No, we see someone get it on his
Do we not see someone get out of? Does he not see someone get out of the trunk?
No, he just sees someone walking through like
camera,
the kitchen, and all he sees is someone in a hoodie. He doesn't see a face. He doesn't see anything.
I don't know. I like to believe he knew it was Maddie, and he was just gonna straight up like.
Why would he call Clyde if he knew it was Maddie? Like, oh, I'm so scared of this 16-year-old girl.
I think he called Maddie, or he called Clyde to be like, hey, so when I murdered
her,
my God, we all agree this is self-defense.
That's why he was calling to bring him to help him fight Maddie.
No, to hide the body after he kills Maddie.
All right.
Anyway, but as a viewer, it was like, were we really supposed to believe that Big Dick was gonna kill Maddie? Like, they tried to like hike up the tension, and I'm like, I don't believe any of this.
I could see him like just swinging, not knowing it's her, and like just like killing the first person he sees. Because that's big, and then like hide the body later. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter who it is. Like.
He does not care.
He does not care.
But I do like that he switches up for the gun, because he's like,
smart.
A gun might be a little more handy.
It's a little more practical. Because then his kappa was detated after being stabbed.
Again, remember how Veronica, when they started this series or this season, they're like, we don't want any swearing. We want people to really be able to like. Who watched the first 3 seasons to be able to watch this. And I'm like, but then you go ahead and decapitate a guy on screen. I'm pretty sure you guys weren't doing that on UPN.
Well, okay, we don't see the sword go through. We just see the headless body.
Well, no, even just the sword going through him when we see him get stabbed.
Okay, fair.
It was also pretty
But not like the head chopped off part. We don't.
But I do like that the assassin guy, he had like the machete, but he's like, ooh, this
right?
is
He was like, okay, I can try
It's
that.
like when you're in a video game and you upgrade, it's like, I'm going to upgrade for the katana.
You know it's going to slice like butter. So.
It gave me a very like Kill Bill moment.
Yes. Just needed a little
bit
more
I think
blood.
Was the point.
So it's actually at this point I wrote down, I know it's only 10 minutes in, but you can kind of tell this would be better at the end of a binge. Like this episode just would feel better if it wasn't a week to week.
So I had that in my notes near the end.
Oh, I have it right here.
This episode I enjoyed the first time around because I think I watched episode.
I think you watched 6 through 8,
7, and 8 together. Yeah. I think I watched the last 3 in a chunk, and it worked a lot better than. Because I remember I watched episode 7, and I was gonna go to bed, and I'm like, that's stupid. I'm gonna watch episode 8.
You would,
and it works better as a whole, like, which I guess makes it. I guess that's how they designed the season because it was dropped all at once.
Right. Kind of makes me wonder.
Because it's like any show on Netflix trying to watch like any of their shows like one-off episodes. It's challenging.
Yeah, I kind of wonder how it would have been paced if it was week to week. Like, would he have changed it, or did it just end up working this way because it's a fluke? I like to think he did design it in a binge because it does feel different than the previous seasons.
Well, this also feels much more like a movie split up or like a mini series than like a TV series.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which is also it's also kind of what TV does now, I will say. I kind of miss the old days where TVs were very episodic, but that's dying out.
It's too expensive now.
It's too expensive. It's also just it's not what people want.
There's so much now available to people.
So
like
much
having
content.
To
like
go through.
I haven't even
hours.
started Winter Soldier yet, and I'm like, it's on my list. And Loki's coming up. Come on.
Oh God, ugh, I don't care about that.
I mean, I don't really care about Loki. I don't actually really want to watch it. But...
I don't care about either of them. But I did.
I mean, I assume Sam and Bucky fuck at the end. That's why I want to watch it.
They actually perform a move called the Winter Soldier. I don't want to get into what that's all about, but you can imagine. I really liked that they had the scene of Veronica and Logan talking about who's going to take whose name, because
Oh, I love Logan Mars.
Logan's like, I don't want this last name. If I could get rid of anything in my life, it's my last name. Like, he would...
I know.
I was supposed to say he would die to be a Mars, and he did.
Logan would be a good Mars. I also like how Veronica's like Logan Mars. It's a guy who takes life in his own hands.
Oh, it really does. It works way better than Veronica Eccles ever would. That honestly makes me shudder.
I think Veronica... I think there would have been this really... kind of it would have been funny for Veronica to be in Eccles, considering everything that like Logan's dad did to her.
Or what if they like merged the names, like Veronica Markles?
Markle? Meghan Markle? Veronica Markles?
Copyrighted. Sorry, girl, I can't have that. And then, so Veronica convincing Logan that they should just go elope the next day. That's how I got married. It was very us at 2 a.m, and I was like, let's go. It was Sunday night, and I was like, let's go to the courthouse tomorrow. We can get married. And then we did, but it was only because like his parents were in town too, and they hadn't been around. He hadn't seen him in like 5 years, so it's just like, let's.
And they learned their son was a vet.
Yeah, they did.
So you had to
like,
do it quick.
Surprise! We're not just sharing a room.
We're just roommates.
They were roommates.
Here's a fun little side story.
Oh no!
You can cut this if you want. It's kind of stupid. But I talked to my doctor yesterday, and she kept calling my boyfriend. If you have an issue again, just get your friend to drive you, and make sure your friend's aware. And I'm like, okay. Not even like partner. She just like just make sure your friend's aware. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll make sure my buddy here,
my pal can help me out. Thanks, bud.
My buddy.
Buddies.
And I'm like, I don't know. Do I correct her? Or do I just like let it go? Like, is this a fight I need to have? Do I just need to find another doctor? Because that also might be something I had to look into.
Oh my god! I don't know. I hate the term partner. I get it. I understand its use. I understand it's useful, and like really good for people. But I hate that term. I would rather you call my buddy. Or like
buddy,
anything but that. But back to the show at hand.
Back to the butt buddies.
Keith and Veronica finding out that Dick has been killed. Like, they have a very neutral reaction to it, and then like just seeing Maddie go into like a catatonic state over it. Like, I'm glad they didn't just have her going like, oh, that was cool, like, let's do it again.
I thought it was crazy that like, I love that Maddie watched the beheading, but like, so how did that other guy not see her? Because she's clearly standing in front of a very open window in his eyesight.
Yeah, like, is it not seen from the other side? I don't. Yeah. Is it like a one-way or two-way mirror? One-way mirror. What is the two-way, right? No. I don't know what the right term would be, because you're only one way is able to look in, like, so whatever.
I don't know. It was very weird, because she also stood there for a very long time.
Yeah, she did. Just like aghast at it. So then we get the backstory of Penn,
which was
delivering
so
the pizza to the
stupid.
frat.
I'm like, this is what you dragged the frat boy storyline into. Lame.
Because it doesn't like, that's his origin because of some frat guys on the beach. Like, that's it, and that's why he's this big mastermind, like, a murderer. Like, what?
I would have liked a flashback, to be honest.
Let's see him drowning. Let's see them. Like, I could get him coming back and, like, burning their tents, like, killing them, whatever. But, like, to go on a spring break rampage? Really?
Also, like, it was very weird that Veronica and Keith were in the frat house again, and, like, they just waited for the other two, because Veronica was having so many issues the first time around, but the second time into the frat house, it was, like, open arms.
Yeah, no one, like, fought her and then, like, just gave her the information. I like, though, that she warned Keith, like, hey, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna get dirty in there, but you're just gonna have to roll with it.
Yeah, I felt like it just didn't. It took up too much storyline and didn't really have a big payoff.
It didn't. Like, and it also felt like she got the confession from him, like, really easy.
Really easily. And I'm like, again, season 3 was such a weak season. Why are we bringing Hearst College back into this thing? Like, why?
I know. Okay, so do you remember? I believe it was last season. Yeah, it was last season. Where Veronica goes to, like, that pizza place and has that, like, fanboy that gets her, like, the order that was called in and the address.
Yeah.
Was that Cho's Pizza?
It was not
Okay,
Cho's Pizza.
because when she was like, oh, we just went digital in the last couple of years, I'm like, wait. In season 3, Veronica had gone to a pizza place, and
I'm pretty sure that was not Cho's
Okay.
Pizza. I'm pretty sure I brought up that it should have been Cho's Pizza.
you probably did.
What I do like, though, it is such a cute little throwaway, is Veronica picks up, like, a pizza ticket from 2004 and scoffs at it. I'm like, I get it. Because when Veronica Mars started, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was a cute little, nod to the fans. Clearly not enough to make up for what Rob does later on.
If I could give it
Maybe
less
he wrote it
than
in,
1
he's
out
like,
of 10.
fans will really appreciate that, so they'll forget the whole Logan thing coming up.
This is the kind of Easter egg they'll want. They'll be like, wow.
I mean, those are the kind of Easter eggs I personally really
I
enjoy,
know.
so I got a kick out of it.
So then we go on to them telling Penn they believe it's him, and then Maddie calling in the middle of it and being like, it wasn't him, it's someone named Don, and then we find out that Don was
Again, also,
the guy from The Office.
I didn't care about Dawn to begin with.
I liked him as, like,
So,
some, like, side character, like, random thorn in Penn's side, like, just to be a dick to him.
Yeah.
Like, that was great, but, like, everything else? I don't...
yeah.
Like, if he would have, like, actually been something to the mystery, like, anything, I don't even know, like, maybe an accomplice of some sort, and then, like, Penn turns on him.
I would have liked him to be an accomplice, and then Penn's cleaning up.
Yeah, like, that would have been even better, like, of a whole, like, my contingencies have contingencies, like, I think that would have worked better than, like, him setting him up type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, how did he get him out there? And then, like, he then shot him. It felt contrived. It felt weird.
It did.
Oh, it's magic. Parker's back. That was a fun blast from the past. With her and her little brunette hair, she looked so good.
Well, because she now because Hollywood's now accepted that you don't have to be, like, blonde blue eyes to get roles. So I'm sure the actress is now kind of leaning more into her I think Hispanic side. It is not as shying away from it, so good for her.
She doesn't have to, like, dye her hair once a week so that she can get some roles. I do like...
she looks good.
I'm glad they didn't put her in a wig. I'm just glad they didn't put her
I don't-
in some blonde wig.
understand what the point of her being in this was, to be honest.
Like, I like that Logan got a little bit of, like, clarity, but it still felt weird to come from Parker, whom, like,
because
he dated for 3
like,
months in college.
He dated for 3 months, and then, like, it's not like they've been friends at all.
Right? They're not, like, keeping in touch. It would have been nice if, like, we had heard about that, like, he was still friends with her.
But my biggest question I don't believe that Parker would have stayed in Neptune.
Oh, yeah. It would have been... Well, did she say she was living on Neptune, or was she just visiting to, like, file the divorce stuff?
Which means she would have been in Neptune then when she was married.
Yeah, well, what if she married someone that lived in Neptune? I don't know. It did feel weird that she was
said
there.
She said 3 years ago you would have seen me in Bliss. So that means she got married 3 years ago.
Weird.
I don't know. It just felt weird because I'm like, I picture Parker after everything that happened to her not staying in Neptune. I think she would be
the East Coast somewhere. I feel like she would move
East Coast.
far
Also,
away
I don't even remember what she was doing in college. I don't think they ever talked about what she was doing, what she was majoring in
She
college.
was majoring in getting raped, Travis.
No, she was created to get raped, Joe.
Oh, that's even worse. That is even, like... that she doesn't even have a major... Like, you go to college, you would think, like, the one character trait they
in, like,
would
her
have,
bio, be like, okay, here's, like...
What's their major?
She's majoring in
math. Like, can you just put, like, a subject English, geography? I don't care. Like, you don't even...
She was majoring in yoga. That's what I'm going with.
Oh, my God. I never even thought about that we didn't even have a major for Parker.
I mean, we could have. We could both be wrong. She could have a major, but I don't think.
Well, the fact that, like, it was maybe mentioned in passing once is like a brief blip, but that's
to
wild.
be fair, everyone at her college seemed to be like all over the place of what they're actually doing in college.
Fair, but all the rest were there just to be raped.
Well, according to her wiki page, it doesn't look like she has a major.
Oh, that sucks. That really does suck.
These are her interests: friends, going out, dating, hot tubs, Hearst, volunteering, and fashion.
Oh my God, I hate this. Okay, let's move on from that because that is just
That was really sad.
very sad.
When this first aired, my friend Christina, she like texted me after she watched it. She was like, "Who's that chick that Logan was talking to?" I'm like, "It's Parker from season 3." She's like, "Oh, why?" I'm like, "I don't know." Do you know what I think would have been a more interesting character for him to bump into? Hannah.
Oh. Well, I would know, because I would need an episode of them hashing some shit out. I feel like he owes her quite a bit of apologies. That would not be handled.
But also,
in a minute.
do you know what? That would have been great because he's been so like, he's worked through so much. I think it would have been great.
Oh my God! And then he runs off with her. Is that what you want? Well, he would be alive. Ooh, ow. But I loved Parker's line after Logan's like, "Oh yeah, you remember Veronica? I'm marrying
her." Do you forget Veronica?
Does anyone like that? Was perfect. Like, because
at the end of the day,
no one does.
I think it's
unless they need to forget her.
I really wanted Parker and Veronica to be friends. Mm-hmm. Because they actually I liked their scenes together.
It would have been cute. Her, like, even without Mac there, they would have worked really well together. Mm-hmm. It's so dumb. So then, Veronica and Keith Veronica and Keith pick up Penn so they can go find
his little
Don
handy backpack.
With his little overnight backpack. And, okay, I know people like to say, like, a big thing was, like, how could Veronica forget about the backpack? But, like, it was a backpack. What?
Also, there was such a high adrenaline rush. Like, her dad almost exploded again.
Right.
And also, it's not like anyone was in the. It'd be different if someone was in the back of her car, but
We don't see the
I
car
assume her
again.
driving.
Like,
Yeah,
it's weird.
I mean, it kind of bugs me that the cops didn't maybe go look to see, but whatever.
But that's like, of course they're incompetent. Like, obviously. Like, they wouldn't even solve this if it wasn't for someone else, Keith and Veronica. Like, it just is what it is. The warehouse scene, I didn't hate.
The warehouse scene, I will say, threw me out because it didn't feel like there's something very un-Veronica Mars about it. I don't know.
I think
if that makes sense.
No, it does, because it was essentially like a set piece of the stairs as a hurdle for Keith that I think the whole scene was built around.
Yes.
So then it just felt weird and inorganic and not like, this is like, why this warehouse? Why the top story of like the second story of this warehouse? Like, what? That felt weird. It could have been literally anywhere else to like. It could have been literally anywhere else, but they needed these like stairs so that like what it felt more like. Oh, we have this set piece already, like, and it has stairs, so let's just use this and we'll work around it.
Yeah.
And so it felt weird, and the brain matter going on from that, like, that whole thing felt so staged. Like, if Veronica couldn't have picked
Veronica
that
saw
up,
it, I don't know why she's like.
yes.
Also, I do like that Veronica is now so desensitized. She's just like, cool, it's a dead body.
Is that brains against the wall? Yeah, that's brains against the wall. That's fine.
And she's like, brain matter? I saw that when I was 16. Been there, done that.
I've got a secret, a good one.
Do you know what really scars you? Your best friend's
Yeah!
brain matter.
Never look at an ashtray the same way again. So then Maddie gives him a call. I did like the carbon copy fake out that she figures it out by the serial number or whatever.
Yes.
That was a good part of the mystery. And this is the thing.
Okay, so my big question is, why do they keep those?
I don't know. I do know that
Like,
restaurants and shit keep stupid shit like that forever for a reason.
It's true. I just remember, like, maybe it's different because when I worked at Dairy Queen, we didn't deliver anything, but we kept nothing.
Well, that's also digital, isn't it? Because Joe's Pizza just went
like
digital.
half of it was digital. I mean, it was 2007, okay?
That's fair.
Like, all our cake orders were nothing was, like, half the shit, honestly, and those computers broke down all the time. Half the time, we'd have to go write an order and bring it back to the kitchen for them to make the burger.
But the receipt thing, like, Rob will every now and then, like, have a really good idea for a piece of the mystery, but I feel like I don't know, that's all it is. Like, all we get, like, little pieces of this mystery that are good, like, and I think that again comes down to, if he were to have like a person that writes mysteries, he would work really well with them because he has good ideas. It's the execution of those ideas where it starts to really suffer and, like, it falls apart, unfortunately. And not everyone can write mysteries. That's just how it is. Like, some people are better than other people, and so
I think the
lets your
problem
ego down.
is I won't even say Veronica, like, season 1 of Veronica was like a successful season, just like rating wise, but like critically, it was very well received,
Yes.
and I think that might have got to his head just a tad.
I mean,
maybe
fair. Like, who among us wouldn't? Like, because it really was. It was a critical darling. Like,
yes,
it may not have got the ratings, but it was raved
but
about.
everyone, like, all the I don't want to even say the major outlets, but like, it was like, if it was a time, if Veronica Mars came out with social media as big as it is now, I think it would have been even bigger. because it would have been one of those shows that everyone tweets about the night it airs, or talks about it.
It would have been season 1 Riverdale. Like, it would have...
Season 1 Riverdale.
It would have gotten that much hype, but...
I mean, if...
Season 2 just...
Riverdale does... Riverdale follows that Veronica Mars mold, except Riverdale has a bunch of sexy young men on it, so that's what's really keeping it going. Veronica Mars dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, it did. It had the guys.
Archie's like naked every other episode. Logan should have been following that trend.
We could have gotten so many ratings. Instead, you know what they pandered to was like young males for some reason, as if that was their demographic. Like, why didn't we have a bunch of hunks?
You know why? Because Riverdale and all the Arrowverse shows has like a gay executive producer, and Greg Berlanti knows what sells.
He knows what the people.
You know what? Like him or not, Greg Berlanti knows what sells. It's same with kind of Glee. They were also very sexualized young men.
Oh my god!
I think gay men need to write more teen dramas.
Tend to be successful.
Yeah, because let's be real here. Girls and the gays are watching these. Straight guys are not watching Riverdale.
Yet we're trying to appease their demographic, because it's weird because they'll be like, "Oh, but what if their boyfriends are watching?" And it's like, but they're not coming back. Yeah, they're watching it like next to it, like next to the person, like, but they're not like watching it. Like, so what are you doing? Anyway, yeah, whatever.
They're very rarely invested in.
Let's go to the Kane High dedication, where we get reunited with the love of our life.
I wish
Clemens.
you would have called it the Lily Kane Memorial School, but whatever.
Oh my god! That would have been a nice little like shout out to Lily Kane.
I know,
because we didn't get one, did we? Just like Veronica being like, my best friend died when I was 16.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's it. Also, Wallace. Oof. Wow.
Looked we're going to talk about this in the outfits, but Wallace is looking good.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. I absolutely love that the series ends with Veronica fucking up a Kane event, because it's so on brand.
But
it is.
What I really love though is Jake is so pissed off, but he's also like, "Fuck, she's right more times than she's wrong, so I just gotta go with what she said." And it kills him.
He did not want to give up that microphone. He was about to punch her in the throat so that she could not take that microphone. He was pissed. I loved it. It was that's some Easter egg that I love. Obvious in my face.
I know.
What would that be? That wouldn't really be an Easter egg. So like, what's
that's just a story Easter point egg? At that point.
Oh, is that what that is? We've come a while away from that, so it's sometimes hard to get back into realizing what it is.
But I loved it, and I liked Clemens. It's always great to see him.
Oh God. And where he's just like, I was gonna retire, but this man is gonna pay me a lot of money, so
I was gonna like that's exactly that's what it means.
Oh, and I do like once we get down into it and Veronica's trying to get Penn to like do the bomb or whatever, I love Keith being like, no, Veronica, like if you do not leave, like I am closer to death than you, so leave so that I could do this. And
I will say, I thought it was really cute when Penn's like, how about I leave and you both stay?
He's like, oh, no, that contingency didn't work. We'll just mark that off the list.
I just threw that one was I just threw that out there to see if it would stick. It did not.
I would have kicked myself if I didn't offer it before.
Yeah.
Always would have been thinking, would that have worked?
But I do like that Keith is pretty much like, hey, do you know what like so-and-so is? It's basically your brain's deteriorating, so
I'm good to go at
I
this
ain't going
point.
nowhere,
it's
buddy.
Fine. If
You
I
have your
die, that's
affairs
one
in
less
order?
medical bill for my daughter. If anything, she'll make money from the insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, but if anything, insurance would probably say it was a suicidal ideation and not pay out. So, love America for that. Okay, also, they ran like 20 feet away from where the bomb was.
I know.
Like, what was that?
Explosive rate. Yeah, it's I also like when everyone's like trying to help the kids, and then like Jake is just like walking off. He's like, "I'm not helping anyone. I'm just gonna get myself out of here."
Do you know how much I'm worth? Like,
Veronica ruined my big day. I haven't seen that bitch in years, and the one time I come out into the public.
last time she was involved with Celeste shooting someone, and now that has not been good. I thought we were done with her. You would think he would just leave Neptune, but whatever.
But you know what? He's like a Neptune celebrity. That he made Neptune as he loves it because he loves all the attention.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
And he probably just gets so much pussy.
Oh, you're a king.
You know he does.
He does. Oh, fucking Maddie counting down for the bomb, and Veronica's just like, stop. Like, shut up. Like, what are you doing right now?
Maddie.
Because, like, really, Maddie, what are you doing?
Likes you, Maddie. This is why Big Dick should have shish kebabbed you.
He knew it was you. And then, like, that reporter that comes out of nowhere is like, Veronica, how does it feel to be the hero? And she's like, my dad's the hero.
But, okay.
Go talk to him.
So, again, this is what bugs me. Because half the time they want it to be like, no one knows who Veronica is. And then clearly this reporter knows exactly who Veronica is.
Well, so my head canon is he has been waiting. He's been following Veronica since, like, the start of this. Because he knows. It's going to break down. For every mystery that's been around, he has missed it by this much on it. Like, he knows Veronica's going to solve it, so he's just been following her this whole time.
I like to believe he went to high school with Veronica, and after the first murder she solved, he's just like, okay, I just gotta wait.
She's going to be a star. I know it. And he was, at the time, like, with the whole Neptune Grand thing, he got sick, so he couldn't even go to the dance. He just kicking himself over that. And then he didn't even get to go to Hearst College. He had to go to a different one.
Do you know what? I like to believe he was supposed to be on the bus that day, but he was sick, so he couldn't be. And now he's just chasing death.
Oh, my God.
And he's like, do you know who's always around death? Veronica Mars. So if I just follow
This was a
Veronica,
great backdoor pilot.
I know.
Who would have thought? Why would he put a backdoor pilot this far into the series finale? That Rob Thomas. But, like I was saying at the beginning of this episode, I think this like 2-minute scene we get between Veronica and Penn of him, like, revealing what a piece of shit he is like the best we got out of Patton Oswalt all season, and
I like
because
it.
they let him be the character.
It also reminds me just so much of the true crime culture and like the Making a Murderer thing on Netflix. It's very that vein, and it's kind of gross how real it is because there's a lot of like convicted killers out there now who want to be the next Making a Murderer. Because it's a lot.
Glamorized.
It's glamorizing. That's the thing. We glamorize true crime, and I'm part of the problem. I listen to so many true crime podcasts, but we glamorize it.
Like, no matter how hard the host tries to, in like true crime, you're glamorizing the killer in a way. Like, you're giving him that notoriety. You're giving him that fame. Like, it's. I
always found it really gross because people make so much money off true crime. It's like, so you're making money off like mostly young women being murdered.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not over here like guilt free. I've listened to my share of true crime, so it is what it is at this point.
I mean, I've watched so many of those documentaries, so I'm part of the problem. And
Give me a good cult documentary, and I am there, hook, line, and sinker. But the next scene we get is Clyde trying to make amends with Keith, and I forgot about this scene, and I really, really,
I like the
liked
scene. I thought it was a nice, cute little scene. It's a good. I think it's a nice way for Clyde's character to end. Even though actually we get another shot of him at the end of the episode, but
yeah, well, a year later,
I like it.
And honestly,
I just want him
we
and
could have
Keith to
just
be friends.
Yeah, me too. And we could have just ended it last episode with where it ended, but I really enjoyed that we got this little Clyde
I like
wanting
his
to try to be
speech
friends
about how he's like, I was in my 60s out of jail. The only thing I knew how to do was rob banks. What else was I gonna do?
Right. Come on, it's not like they're helping rehabilitate him. Like, come on.
I know, and he's like, men our age, it's hard for us to find friends.
Shit.
We used to be friends,
Men
Keith.
of my age, it's hard to find friends. Like,
oh my god.
it's ridiculous. And then Clyde...
It's ridiculous because I work with a lot of younger people and they all want to be friends, but I'm like,
no.
I can't befriend anyone who... Because I was talking to one of the people I work with and we're talking about Pokemon, and I can't remember what he said his first Pokemon game was, but let me tell you, it was not red, blue, or yellow, so...
Ooh.
We cannot be friends.
Oh my god.
I can't be friends with someone who's never lived in a world without Pokemon. I just can't.
Oh my god. Oh, you were born after 9/11. That's weird. Bye. But
yeah.
I can't. I don't know. The backflips I go through to not give out my phone number to people at work. Like, unless you are my immediate subordinate or like subordinate. No, what's the word I'm looking for? Worker? My immediate team member? I don't know. If you're on my team, you have my phone number because you got to get a hold of your boss. So, like, text me, call me if you need, like, whatever. But, like,
call me, beat me
if
you want to meet me.
But other than that, like, no, like, I don't give coworkers my phone number.
Professional use only.
Oh yeah, they know. They know. Every text always says, "Sorry to bug you," but like, that's right. You know,
I don't need a what's your
my day
text.
Off.
It's I know.
I am not getting paid for this right now.
Chat.
Keep it short and cute. We can chit chat at work on the company's time, okay? I'm not saying I have to be paid to talk to you, but like, it's a good incentive.
It helps.
It helps a lot.
It helps.
It helps a lot. And then, okay, so one of my favorite scenes of this episode is we finally get to see Logan in therapy. And it's what's her face from Battlestar
I have to
say / Grey's Anatomy.
I don't like that we have this scene with Logan and his therapist.
Oh.
I like the idea of Logan in therapy, but I think it would have been a much better reveal if we first see the therapist with Veronica. I think that would have been...
that's fair.
I think I would have... I mean, there's nothing wrong with how it plays out, but I feel like it hits...
You know,
it
what
would have been a bigger
worked.
hit if we saw her first.
You know how they still could have made that work is if they, like... so the first reveal is with Veronica at the end going through therapy, and then when giving the voice... Oh, no, because I guess he wasn't in the room with the voicemail.
I also don't understand why he left the voicemail on her, like, home phone and not, like, her cell phone. That was weird.
Did she say it was her home phone?
Her home phone. She said it was her home phone.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't catch
It's weird.
That is weird.
I think it also could have worked if Logan was in therapy. We just never saw her, but maybe just heard her. And if it was just
because women should be heard, not seen. Oh,
no,
wait, that's
totally
the opposite of the misogyny, isn't it?
Yes, women should be heard, Joe.
See, okay, 4 seasons of this for 2 years. It's warped my mind. All I know is misogyny at this point. Women are to be seen and raped, apparently.
All I know is Smokey the Barely Legal. That's all I know.
Oh, simpler times. Simpler times. Who would have thought Smokey Barely Legal was going to be the tamest thing?
I like the scene with Logan and his therapist. I just think it would have been a little more powerful if it was just the first time we saw her was with Veronica. That's just my personal opinion.
I wish we actually got more of it. I wish we would have gotten it throughout the season. I think that would have been fun. I love her voice.
I also feel like they tried to make the reveal like it was a bigger guest star than it actually was. Like, no offense to her. She's a good actress, but I feel like they thought it was going to be like, I don't know. I can't even think of someone big, but like, it wasn't as big as a reveal. Because not like she's a big actress. She's if you're in the fandom verse, you know her, but that's about it.
Her little stint on Grey's Anatomy. I always remember that. That was fun. She has a great voice. I would have liked to have seen her a bit more. And then I guess we're at the courthouse. We're about to get married.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought the scene was kind of like it was the Keith Veronica stuff was cute.
Yeah, we get to learn that he had some
I don't know
bad med combos.
Again, it feels like such a throwaway line. Like that was such a big thing all season, and then it was just like quickly wrapped up.
Yeah. At the very end, we're just like, here, by the way, this story. Weird.
Yeah.
Also, he needs a hip replacement.
Do you know what was also really upsetting? And I get it, they probably couldn't get Ryan Hansen, but you know Dick would be at that wedding.
Yeah, he would. He'd be at there with bells on, and that's it.
Bells.
Only bells.
He would be in something very inappropriate, and Veronica would love it every second.
Oh my god, he would be in a tearaway tux to where he just reveals...
No, he would be in all white.
Oh my god. Yes. Yes, he would. Yes, that motherfucker would. A red...
He would look way better than Veronica.
White jacket, white pants, white shoes, white socks, white tie, white... Every piece of clothing white, and he'd be like, I'm more pure than you, Veronica. Why are you wearing white, you dirty little slut?
He would also make all those jokes about Veronica wearing white on her wedding day.
He so would. And then
it'd be really gross because you know she was raped by his brother because of him. But you
know that's some season 1.
It would have been a full circle. Guys. It would have been a full circle.
Oh my god. I did like her little is that what this foreign sensation is? I could get used to this. Like her little we're winning for once. Yay. Oh, Veronica.
Okay, but to be fair, whenever the Marses are winning, Veronica then goes and sabotages it.
But this time she didn't sabotage it. It just sabotaged for her.
I like the text message that she gets from Logan that just says sorry. And like
it's so true to life, too.
I know.
Like, the amount of times where...
And then I love... Wallace just instantly flips on Logan.
Oh, he's ready to kill. And that is true BFF status. Like,
yes.
He knows Logan has changed. He knows Logan is the better one in this relationship at this point. And still, the drop of a dime, he is just like, fuck that asshole. I will kill him. How dare he? Of course he ran out of you, that trash
He just
bag.
gets a little, yeah. And then the moment Logan shows back up, he's all like, okay, dial it down, Wallace.
Oh my god, Veronica, when Wallace shows up and he's like, oh, sorry about the babysitter was running late. And Veronica's like, man, using the babysitter was late excuse seems like the best reason to have kids. I'm like, yes. That definitely has to be a top 5. Like,
okay, but my question is, well, it sounds like I wish Wallace's wife was then with him.
Didn't she have to like... Oh, I see. But she was working. She couldn't take the kid. That was part of the issue.
But they don't even mention it.
Yeah, he's like, she's in court and the babysitter.
Oh, did I miss that part? Sorry.
Well, see, you got to pay attention to the episode while we watch these. I know it's the last one that we have to do.
Okay, by this point, I was kind of like getting real done with this episode.
So they get married. what's really fun too, going with the theme of, hey, this was my wedding. I also said, yeah, why not? When asked if I...
Ew.
I did. It's stupid.
That's gross.
I did it, though. It is what it is, Travis. It is what it is. I like to see... as someone who did not want a marriage, like, going into this season, they did it in, like, the one way I'd be like, okay... which is eloping and, like...
My biggest
really
problem
quick.
was Veronica. Veronica's been so close to death so many times. I don't know. It just didn't read super realistic for me for her to all of a sudden then, like...
Well, that's why.
Because it's not...
She was, like, a near-death experience. So, of course she's going to. That's what Veronica does.
But, like, she's had so many near-death experiences.
So she
you think she'd just be like...
oh, I should be doing something totally drastic with my life. Let's go do that now. It's like clockwork for her. She can't help it.
But the good thing about this is Veronica, at least, she didn't really have to commit to anything.
Exactly, and that's why I did the same thing. Listen, as someone who held out for I won't get married until it's legal, and then it finally became legal, I had to do a lot of hemming and hawing to, like, even push it out a year, okay? Like,
it's got to be legal in Russia.
like,
that's what
Russians,
I'm going to get married.
I will not get married till gay Russians could get married. I'm sorry, babe. It's not happening until it happens. And it's not even
It's
like...
not fair. That's
whatever.
my white privilege, and I'm just trying to...
Some of us don't care for the institution of marriage. Okay, it's not that you don't like the person. Just don't
Okay,
like marriage.
so let's talk about what the one thing everyone here is to talk about.
Street
The big-
cleaners. Street cleaners and Arizona daylight savings time. As someone who grew up in
What I
Arizona...
have to say is I like that the street cleaners is like a running gag throughout the season. I thought that was cute.
Because then it works. Like, when this scene happens, you're not really thinking anything of it. You're like, oh, look, he set an alarm for it. Like, that's so cute because they
Veronica's
need it.
a dumb bitch.
Yeah, Veronica can't get her shit together. So it works. And teaching people that Arizona does not recognize daylight savings time is something I wish we told more people in the world so that it could spread. Because Arizona
I
gets
think
along
daylight saving times is so stupid. I
just
hate
fine
it.
without it.
Hurt it.
It's the worst. It destroys everything. It destroys lives, honestly. Oh. But yeah, we get the big
So
boom
here's
and
my
the explosion.
okay. So I don't have anything against Logan dying. I just don't like how they killed him off. I thought it was not lazy is really the word, but it felt kind of lazy. And I don't like that Veronica figured it out like 1 second to go. It was just too... It felt too rushed. Like, all of a sudden,
I would have liked
Veronica's
for
like,
her to figure it out.
I know what happened.
After he blew up.
Yes.
That would, like, it
Yes.
just, everything clicked, and it just clicked too late. Instead of it clicking 10 seconds too, like, that was a little, man. Also, I did not like the, like, falling onto the bed, like, shot. I thought that was...
It was so fake.
It felt weird. It felt...
It was so fake. Also, the glass to her face, she got such a shot to her face. She would have been, like, fucked up.
It was...
Okay.
And one thing I will say, though, I saw a lot of complaints on that Logan died off-screen. But, like, did you want a camera in the car? I don't get, like, what...
Can you imagine? Like, you're right. If they would have just showed him exploding, everyone would have been much happier. Like, there would be no issues.
I'm sure that would have
We
gone
never
over
saw a
far
body.
better. Like, if I could have seen, like, Veronica picking chunks of Logan out of her hair, that would have been great. Why didn't we get that scene? Like, oh, there's a finger. I'm gonna miss that finger. Maybe I'll save it for later. And then she, like, just...
When I was watching this, all I was thinking about is that poor, like whatever guy was, like, ticket guy or whatever. That was, like, the poor him had to watch the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. That's, that guy's not having a good day. That guy also. I wonder if he died. No. Well, we wouldn't have heard about it.
I wonder
if
he got like, so like workers' comp. Like, okay, you watched a body explode on the clock, so you can get a day off. You get a day off.
I didn't get a day off when that dude died in front of me at work. That was great. I didn't get shit for that, actually, come to think of it.
I got
at least gotten a
3
day.
days off, but whatever. That's just working for the government.
Oh, stop. So then we go to 1 year later, and Clyde's back with his ex. Neptune is now gentrified.
I thought that was weird.
That he's back with it? Yeah, like, I don't...
Because they made such a big deal about it, and then, like, what was the point?
Yeah. Speaking of, though, Keith has a girlfriend. We don't see her or know her.
It's Alicia. You know. It's Alicia. You heard it here first. It's Alicia.
True to Veronica Mars fashion. It's just a woman with a plot device, and that's her character.
Well, I mean, Clyde's girlfriend is like one of the first like Asian female characters on the show, and she gets no lines.
We got the that one girl in season 2.
Oh, you're right.
When they go to
got the one in season 3 who was raped.
Fuck. God damn it. Why is every female character raped on this show? Why can't I bring up a female character without, like, her background story being she was raped? Why? I am kind of happy this is ending. I am so tired of talking about rape every week. Good God.
No.
It's just too much. Maddie trades in the ring for some money.
Which, again, I thought was really stupid. I'm like, so the whole ring thing was dumb. Maddie had it the whole time. But I also like that, what's his name? Vinny was right.
Oh, I know, right?
Vinny was right.
He knew it. He was like,
I do enjoy that Vinny's finally right about something. And no one believes him.
It's only taken like 16 years, and you know what? He got it. But
also, did Maddie like pick the rig up and like take it off? I just picture her picking out this girl's finger and just taking it off the finger. I think Maddie's a psychopath.
She's a badass. No, she's a little badass is what she is. She's like, no, I'm gonna get mine. I am gonna get mine. And Neptune has been like completely gentrified. Which I do like.
I like that Veronica's talking about that there's no more spring breaks.
Yeah, and that like she has to live with her dad now. Which I think is... I like that it ends with like Neptune being like fully gentrified or whatever, and like that's kind of what drives Veronica out, because like you can't fight capitalism. Really
is Veronica be like, Neptune finally got a Whole Foods, so I had to leave.
I mean, yeah. Whole Foods, oh God, that is the biggest scam on this earth. That place is so expensive. Oh my God, I hate it.
Well, it's Amazon now, isn't it?
Amazon owns them, yeah, but it's still disgustingly expensive. I hate it. And then... probably, oh my God, the bombing reenactment that we see.
Okay, the one thing I do wish they would have done is like got some like actually named actors to play like Veronica and Keith. I think that would have been really funny.
Would have loved if they got like Hayden Panettiere for Veronica. That would have.
I would have loved if they got like, I don't know. I can't even think of anyone.
Of course, because Hayden Panettiere is the right way to go. If they do not,
Amanda Seyfried would have been the right. Amanda Seyfried would have been the right way to go.
Oh my God, you're an idiot. You're such an idiot.
But I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong, but you're still an idiot because it would still be stupid. But it's the best choice. I hate you. So the best
and then just
part
like a little comment, like Veronica's like, I don't know. They should have got her for the Lily Kane reenactment, if you know what I mean.
No, I would have hated that. I would have thrown the whole season out the window. Like, fuck the show. At that point, I'm done.
That would have burnt Joe. That would have been
That
Joe
would have
for
set me over.
marshmallow.
That's what pushed me over. um, but the best part of the season, the best part of the episode, the best part of it all is that Veronica ends up in therapy. Veronica ends up talking to Jane. We learned that the voiceover was just her talking to Jane. It wasn't a real voice. I guess we don't learn that now. We kind of learned that at the beginning of the season when she's like doing the voiceover and talking about like how I got here type of whatever. But however,
But I will say, you don't think about it as it being her talking to someone until the end. Because it just, again, because Veronica Mars is known for its voiceovers, you don't really put that together.
you just feel like this feels off because of how she's talking.
Well, because even in the movie, Veronica, she starts the movie almost like she's talking to the audience. So that's what season 4 felt like she was talking to the audience.
Oh, okay, that's very, yeah. I liked when Jane was like, "Oh, I think Logan would be impressed with you coming to therapy," and I'm like, "Yeah, he would. Yes, he would. He definitely."
And then
would be
Veronica's
proud of him."
like, whatever, bitch.
You're lucky I'm leaving town. This is my last time with you. I'll call you maybe. Okay, calm down, Carly Rae. Like, we get it. We get it. And then... Oh! I love that this set up for season 5. Like, with her saying that, like, they're getting calls from all over the country about, like, Mars investigations and all that. And that's why she's leaving town, is to, like, go and do some of these mysteries, all that. That was a really good setup for if we would have gotten to season 5.
So, here's where kind of I was thinking about it long and hard after I finished the episode. I'm like, there's something about this season that feels very... very odd to me, very like almost cheap, because this entire season feels like a setup to a season 5 that we'll probably never get. This feels like such a weird transition season, and I hate shows that do transition seasons if they don't have a guaranteed following season.
Yeah, because then it just feels like a constant flux. Like,
Yeah.
it's not quite what it used to be, and it's not quite what it's going to be type of situation deal.
We could have easily started this season with Veronica not in Neptune and her solving cases elsewhere, and it still could have worked.
It still could have worked. Yeah. It really could have just been,
because we see in the year later flash forward or whatever, I guess present, because the entire season was a flashback. I don't know. We see that Daniel Malouf is
running for
a
senator.
senator now. Yeah,
Is he? I
and
think
I'm like,
he's running.
then it reminded me, like, what the fuck was the whole point of his storyline?
That you could jerk off on camera and it doesn't mean anything because whatever. Also
I don't
this
know.
ring for Maddie. It made no sense, dude.
It didn't really add anything, and it felt just like I feel like deep down this is like a 3-episode season that they just really had to like puff out. This is like because the Spring Break Bomber feels like a 3-episode like arc that they're like, okay, how do we make this into 8 episodes?
Oh God! So it was essentially season 3 2.0. Wait, yeah. But then we come to an end with the voicemail, and I loved that. That was a very good voicemail, and I like that we ended it on that. And we'll talk a bit more about that.
It was a
in the next
little
section.
Whatever, it's fine. It was a little sappy for my liking. A little too like.
Well, yeah, he just died, Travis. He just died. He was your favorite character of the season, so like, calm the fuck down.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready for our last section?
Oh my god! I didn't even think about that, Joe.
It's our last time going into segments.
Joe. Okay, yeah, let's
shut
do
up.
it.
It was too sappy, and then you're gonna cry over some segments, or
Sir, we've done how many of these? We've had laughs. Tears, you've threatened to kill me on multiple occasions.
And have yet to follow through, so if anything...
Well, thank God to Corona, because you didn't have the chance to.
COVID did take that chance for me, that is true. All right, let's go to some segments.
As kind of a side project, I dispense fashion advice.
Fashion. In this segment, we like to talk about the fashion of the episode, what we liked, what we didn't like, what was kind of just worn. And since we're in modern times, it tends to be a little less than normal. But I do have a couple things for this episode.
Wallace in both
Damn, he is fine. Damn, that man is fine.
Him in his sports jacket and, like, pants at the high school. Yes. Him in his little fancier suit. Yes.
Oh my god.
They finally gave him clothes that fit his body.
And do they fit? Holy shit, yes.
And they're like, you know what? Let's just make him a size too small, which looks great on him.
Oh god, does it. And his lineup on his haircut was so good too. Everything on that man looked just perfect. I did like Veronica's wedding dress. I thought it was...
I liked the dress. I did not care for her little ponytail, but I liked the dress.
It fit. It was a very Veronica getting married wedding dress.
Yes. I also liked Logan's wedding suit.
I thought you were going to say Logan's wedding dress. I'm like, what did I miss? You know what I didn't like of Veronica's, though, is at the very end, her little...
Oh my god, I liked it.
Her cardigan with the red and blue stripe.
I liked it.
I was like, there's something that just feels very grandma-ish about it.
I wish her last jacket or sweater or whatever would have been green.
Yes.
That would have been like just a nice little like...
That's the Easter egg we needed. Like, fuck.
It's the same, like, there's no way they had that same jacket. No. But...
Or, like, hell, we had the black leather jacket in this episode. I liked that.
But she's in mourning, and when Veronica's in mourning, she's in white.
Tan or beige. That was like a beige. It was gross. It was ugly.
Okay,
if it was white, it probably would have looked better.
It was very 80s, and I liked it.
I guess, whatever. That's all I have.
That's all I have, too. I like Clyde. His little, like, I like his jacket. He always wears... Clyde just always looks good. He looks very, like, well put together, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's fair.
These are the jokes.
It's time for our favorite quote of the episode. In this segment, we like to each pick out our favorite quote and talk about it a little bit more. What do you have? I'm very...
So mine is, it's right before Logan and Veronica get married.
Where's Logan?
He's been running errands all day. He does not know the details of our brush with death, and my vote is to keep him in the dark.
It's like you're married already.
That was a good moment. That really was a good moment. So mine's just... Mine's the voicemail. I love the voicemail. I'm sorry. It's...
Is it weird to want to marry someone because you respect her? Because you want to be like her? Because you want children who will inherit her qualities? I want to marry Veronica because she's the toughest human being I've ever met. Blows that would destroy most people. She always picks herself back up.
It needs to be gushy. It needs to be overly emotional.
I wish it would have been delivered in a different way. Like, I don't like that it was a voice message on her, like, home phone. I almost wish it was, like...
his vows?
He recorded it or something. Or, like, I don't know. She recorded him in the sessions, and then she just replayed part of it to Veronica because he's dead, so like it doesn't matter anymore.
Or we could have it could have just done one of those things, like I'm pretty sure Grey's Anatomy has done this, where like it goes through the wedding and they're like talking, but you can't like hear what they're saying. Yeah. And then at the end you hear his vows, and she's just going through like that. Probably would have been more powerful.
Well, it's like the end of it's like the gift in Buffy. You don't hear what Buffy says to Dawn until afterwards.
Yeah, it's a common trope, but like I think it would have worked.
I think it would have worked really well here, except for Veronica I guess Veronica would have heard it 'cause she was there, but
She probably wasn't paying attention. She's watching the video Keith took on his phone. That's what she's doing.
I think that would have worked a lot better. I do agree.
All right, then let's move into our next segment.
Go Pirates!
MVP, our most valuable pirate. In this section, we'd like to each choose a character that we thought went above and beyond in the episode and just kind of did it for us. Who do you have? Are you giving it to Veronica?
I was going to give it to someone to really, really piss you off.
No.
But I'm going to give it to Veronica.
Who were you going to give it to?
That's what
You were going to give it to Jake, weren't you? You're going to give it to Jake.
No.
Was it Penn?
I was going to give it to someone who wasn't even in the episode just to really piss you off.
Or Parker. Why you could have given it to Parker. Who? I want to know now.
No.
Now I want to know. Now I need to know. Who was this? Who was it? Who
do you give it to, Joe?
I give it to Logan. He kind of gave his all this episode, quite literally. All to move the car, all to avoid a ticket.
I kind of missed that Logan wasn't in really like any of the action, like for the last couple episodes.
He was just like around.
Yeah, it was weird. It's funny. It's like all through season like 2 and 3, I complained about how like they gave Logan too much and all these other characters, and now like they gave Logan nothing to do. And it's like, but
you spoke
he's
this
one
into
of the
existence.
3 main characters.
You spoke it into existence. Well, yeah, and it's kind of funny because you mentioned. It's funny that you mentioned that because when I did my notes and was doing like the like there's a scene here, a scene here, a scene here. It was like Veronica and Keith, Veronica and Keith, Veronica and Keith do this, Veronica and Keith do this, and it's like, oh yeah, these are like the only 2 characters in the show now.
Which I think it also kind of hurt the season a little bit. Because it's like, you brought in, oh my god, what's her name? Nicole, and then did nothing with her.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized she's in the Cruella movie, and I'm very excited. I'm very happy for her.
Oh yeah, happy for her. I won't see it, but happy for her.
Why not?
Why? Don't we, every other week, don't we complain about, just let female villains be villains, not every fucking
But
female
apparently
villain
she is a villain in this one.
An origin story? I don't know. We'll see.
I will watch it, and I'll let you know if she stays a villain.
Well, no, it's like the whole, tragic... whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
You don't have anything better to do. You're just about to say you have better things to do. We both know you don't.
No, I was gonna say I can't remember the last time I watched a Disney movie.
Well,
unless you count a Marvel film. Aladdin.
Movie.
When Aladdin came out on Blu-ray, that was the last Disney movie I watched.
Didn't Endgame come after Aladdin?
Non-Marvel Disney movie. That doesn't count. Let's move into our last segment. Pirate
points are earned by being a contributing member of the school.
Pirate points!
Oh my god, is this the last time we're going to hear Madison's sweet, soothing angel voice?
It is. Thank you.
I had to say, Amanda Nora, thank you for getting us through this entire podcast.
Thank you.
It was you
so much.
You're the real MVP.
She was the anchor of this whole thing. She was, just to go with the pirate thing, she was the anchor of
She
this
was
podcast.
the anchor. Amanda Nora was the anchor, and it was still a real treat to get to talk to her.
Oh my god, she is
meet
the
her,
best fucking person.
That was the best part of my trip to see
Fuck
Joe
you.
the first time in 10 years.
It was.
You know it's true.
It was. And we had a lot of fun too.
That was second. Our gay drunk brunch was maybe the best part.
Oh my god. And then, because it was gay drunk brunch and then a museum.
Well, because it was bottomless mimosas, and then the problem was the kitchen was so behind. There wasn't enough. They were getting people drunker.
There was no food. Eating. We had no food for the first 45 minutes.
And then everyone got a plate of nacho chips because I think they realized everyone was getting real drunk. I ordered so many toasts that day.
So by the time we get to the end of the episode, we figure you know how we felt about it, whether we liked it, hated it, fell somewhere in between. So instead of giving it an arbitrary numerical score or letter grade, we like to say how many pirate points we think the episode has earned. Oh God, I am not looking forward to this, sir. How many pirate points do you think this episode has earned?
I give this episode enough pirate points to own. I don't know. What I wrote isn't very funny, and I don't really like it.
What do you got?
I give this episode enough pirate points to rewatch season 1, but that's not like.
It's all
That
right.
seems now that you've placed it as this is the last one. Now I want something like grand and.
Well, we'll be able to. I guess we can pirate points our season 4 review. It's fine. You can just think on it while I give mine for these 2 seconds. I'm giving it enough pirate points to dye your hair brown and get the fuck out of Neptune. That's what Parker did.
But she clearly is still in Neptune.
She
so
was
she only
getting
did half
out. She was
that.
finalizing this divorce thing and then leaving. She was so ready.
She realized they're just all wigs.
Yeah.
She just wear another wig. She's just like, I gotta attach the wigs.
She just shaves her own head now. Like, she's like, no, I like the wigs. It's fine.
It's part of her character. Her hair. Just
Oh
part
my
of her
God,
shades.
that's her only character trait.
I will say I'm very happy that the actress got some really good work after Supergirl. So after Veronica Mars. So
I'm like, isn't Supergirl still? Whatever. You do you. I'm not watching it, so I don't know enough about what's going on. We are at the end.
that's sad.
This is the last of our episode reviews. Unless...
We have a season review coming up, and then maybe one more episode after that.
Yeah, there's like 2 episodes of this podcast left. Because... yeah.
Okay, we'll get mushy in the future
Yeah.
episodes. I can't get mushy now.
So I don't even like this. Like, do I do a regular outro? Like, fuck. If you liked what you heard today, well, first of all, thank you.
What I really
for
like
listening.
about this being our last episode review is we were kind of so behind the ball on it, and it's so last minute, but that feels right. It just feels so right.
Especially considering we went into this podcast so ahead of schedule. We dropped, was it 3 episodes or 5 episodes?
Then we dropped 5.
Was it the first 5? That's wild. Oh my God. That's right. It was. We dropped 5 episodes because I'm like, no, we gotta have all this. Oh, and
I don't understand why we couldn't just record 5 episodes and have them ready to go, but
I'll let you know why after. I don't really want to get into it on this. But
I might know.
you probably know why. But if you liked what you heard today,
and you want to hear more, because if this is your first episode, then God bless. You got lots to fall back onto.
if you just wanted to hear what were their thoughts on the series finale.
Actually, there might be. I've done that. I've gone into like podcasts and listened to what they think about certain episodes.
Oh yeah.
So you know what? Maybe this is your first episode.
Hi, welcome.
Hopefully
Thank
you
for
liked
listening.
it.
Be sure to follow us on social media at veronicamarspod so that you can, if you liked it, follow on us on our next adventure, which we'll get more details on in the coming weeks and all that fun stuff. So be sure to follow us on social media. Shut up, Travis! There's like 2 different ideas we're finalizing on. But hey, we got to 2 ideas. We narrowed it down to like 2 things.
There was a moment we're just spitballing.
We were just throwing it against the wall and being like, how can we make this something? I enjoyed this once. Let's see if we could do something with this.
Can we review Veronica Mars backwards?
Stop it! Shut your mouth. We're not. One thing I will say, we're not doing another television show. Not at least for the next podcast. Maybe something down the line. I don't know, but it's
a lot.
A TV review is not happening. I'm sorry, I love you all, but it's just not.
There's no show that I want to do it except for Buffy. And
I
there's
don't
already
even
a
want to
shit
do
ton
it
of
on
Buffy
Buffy.
podcasts.
I don't even want to do Buffy.
Oh.
No, I don't want to do a TV show, period. Like, I am so burnt out on watching, like, one TV show.
We could be
talking
Slayer
about it.
Fest 2000.
Okay, I need to do this outro. If you did like what you heard today, please give us a little tap-roo on that 5-star. We would really appreciate it. It gives us sustenance in life. If you want to follow us personally on social media, you can find me on Twitter at Ojo. That is OHJEAUX. Travis, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and, like, technically Instagram, but I haven't posted there in a while. Travis Truant. That's Travis, then TRUANT.
You post on Twitter all the time, too. That's right.
I've gone real into Twitter again.
Have you?
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't see it because you're, like, posting at 1 a.m. when I'm abed.
I also, like, post a lot of... I don't post a lot of my own stuff. I reply to a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I don't look at people's replies, so I guess...
Wow.
But how? No, I don't look at what you're off replying onto someone I don't follow. Why would I do that? That's weird. That's creepy. That's stalker. I love you. I just don't love you that much. I'm sorry. I think that's it, though. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back next week with our season 4 review, where I don't even know what's going to happen with that, but we'll be back to talk Veronica Mars at least one last time. And thank you guys for, if you've been here since the start, thank you. Like, I am very thankful for that. It's been great seeing where this podcast has went. We will see you all next week. If you can't get vaccinated, it's super fun to be able to be mask-free in certain places. Take care. Goodbye. I love y'all.
Bye. Bye.
You tried to save Veronica Mars. We get it. Girl detectives are bitchier than regular detectives. Not into it.